Okay, what is going on, everybody? What is up? Hello, hello. What's up? Welcome, everyone. It's Monday. Oh, boy. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I welcome you to a full day of gameplay streaming. That is correct. We've got 2 days left, today and tomorrow. I'm off on Wednesday, so 2 more full days of gameplay streaming before I take any time away. I'm excited, of course, as usual, for today's festivities. The fun stuff that we'll be doing together today. I'll talk about that in just a moment. I hope that I find you all well on this lovely autumn day. For me, anyway. Beautiful weather. Cool autumn weather. Even with the sun out, it's very cool, which is nice. I like having a nice, cool office where it feels comfortable with the window open. Jasper's actually in the office today. Usually he's not here for the earlier streams, but as I was walking in here earlier to set up, he ran into the office, and I said, well, I'm not going to force him out. He's currently laying on the windowsill in the sun, loving it. He loves when the sun comes in from the window and kind of, heats up his fur. So he's looking all outside at the birds and stuff, and he's just chilling right now. He is chilling, and he's loving it. So, going to leave him there for a bit. I don't know if he's going to stay in here or not. A lot of the times when I start talking for my streams, he gets fed up with me and he leaves. So I guess we'll see what happens in that regard. Alright, so today is Monday, September 30th, 2019. Today is the last day of September. Tomorrow we start our Halloween festivities for my spooky Halloween-themed month. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. But being the last day of the month today, I look back at September and I say it was a pretty damn good month. We had a good mix of great new releases and some chill downtime stuff that I was doing, right? I mean, we had some great games like Gears 5, which was surprisingly good. Borderlands 3, which ended up being a pretty good release in my opinion. And Link's Awakening, right? And we balanced that with other downtime playthroughs that I finished up, like Grand Theft Auto 4, etc. My chill streams, continued. We had some pretty good and fun special events. Ask the King was good. The retrospective yesterday was really fun. So overall, I really enjoyed September. I hope you guys did too. I hope you liked the stuff that I put out there. And certainly I hope that this is something that will keep you coming back for more in the coming months, because there's going to be a lot of new releases in the next 2 months. October and November typically are the biggest months of the year for brand new game releases. And I certainly expect that it's, is going to be some good stuff and some bad stuff. We always get some really great AAA releases and then some really underwhelming, disappointing ones. What can you do, right? Oh, hold on one second. So, yeah, it should be a good time coming up in the next few months. The excitement that will build for all the new releases, right? I'm pumped. I hope you guys are pumped for the new stuff. Cleaning up some hair I see on the floor here. Of course, Jasper then gets excited too. I see a clump of hair on the floor, so I'll pick it up. So, of course, Jasper immediately jumps on it. What's that? What's that? That's how he is. He's a curious cat, right? He wants to see whatever you're doing and be a part of it. He can't believe that I would be picking something up off the floor. He has to be involved in it. He has to know what it is. What is happening here? Look at him. Look at him. What is happening? What are you doing? I really need the vacuum in here. This office really needs to be cleaned up a bit. Ugh. Yuck. Okay. So anyway, getting back on subject here. Yeah, good stuff coming up in the month of October. And I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Let's talk a bit, shall we? Let's talk about what we're doing today. Let's talk about what you guys can expect in the coming week. And some of the special stuff coming up for the month of October. And some of my plans that I have. Okay, so today we're going to be wrapping up the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake. It's been a wild ride. It's been quite a fun one. Admittedly, the game is a lot easier than I actually thought it would be. I think that it's one of the easier Zelda games. And I think that's on purpose. I think it's easy for two reasons. The first is because originally Link's Awakening was a Game Boy game. So, unlike other console games, it was probably pretty tough to play this on a tiny screen with handheld controls. It probably was a lot more challenging and daunting to play than, say, Link to the Past, which was easily playable, on your Super NES. So, I think what they did is they made the game easier on purpose. And by the way, I told you guys Jasper would leave. He's already leaving. I knew it. Whenever I start on a stream and I start talking, he gets bored and he leaves. I think he likes it when I talk to him, but when it's not me talking directly to him and I'm talking to, like, you guys, he gets kind of, I don't know if he's annoyed or maybe he just wants the attention for himself and he just leaves. So that's what just happened. He just left. Pretty funny. Okay, anyway, I think they purposely made the game easy because, number one, like I said, originally it was a handheld game. So they wanted to make it easier for people playing it on the original Game Boy. And the other thing is, this is a classic top-down Zelda game. And there hasn't been one of these in quite some time. If you remember, there were games like Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. And then I believe there were a few games. Wasn't there one like Spirit Tracks and stuff? And basically in the 2000s. But there hasn't been like a classic top-down Zelda game in a long time. And so maybe they just figured if we make this one in the easier side, it would allow it to be more accessible to people who want to buy the remake and haven't played this kind of Zelda game in a long time because people are so used to the 3D Zeldas at this point. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I could be wrong there, but that's kind of my assumption. Because it really, honestly, hasn't been very challenging. The boss fights have been pretty easy, and it's to the point where it's like, I'm enjoying the game. Don't get me wrong; it's a lot of fun, but I think I only died once. And that's pretty something for Zelda. I remember playing, the original Link to the Past. I died 40 million times. This game I died once. So, there you have it. So, yeah, I'm excited to continue. I hope you guys are excited for the conclusion today. Now, here's the thing. There's only one more major dungeon left and apparently 2 major boss fights. So if I really wanted to wrap this up fast, I could. I could probably beat Link's Awakening in like 2 hours or less. But there is some apparent side content left in the game I haven't done yet. First of all, there's a new thing where there's these collectible figurines that you can put on stands, and apparently if you put them all on stands, it's a mission that you get a reward for. So I think we're going to mess around a little bit with the claw game when we start up here today, have some chill fun, and just kind of hang out while I do some claw game stuff. And then I guess there's seashells that I have. I think I found 36 or 37 of them. Apparently there's, I think, 40. And if you get all 40, you upgrade your sword, which is the biggest and best upgrade in the game, supposedly. So I think I'm going to try to do that as well. Get the sword upgrade if we can find it. I don't know where the rest of the seashells are. Hopefully you guys can help me find them, because I certainly want to find them to do that upgrade. Okay. So we got that. We got a couple things, before we wrap up the game. So it should be fun. Let's see. Let's relax. Let's have a good time today. If you guys know where to find the optional stuff, please let me know. I want to do all the content of the game that I can before I wrap it up on stream today. Okay? Now, if we finish this like super early, like let's say we finish it and we still got an hour to 2 hours left on the stream, that's cool. As you guys know, I've been covering the Genesis Mini recently, and I'm more than happy to switch over. I'll just have to restart the stream at different settings, but I'm more than happy to restart the stream and just do a little bit of Genesis Mini to fill up the rest of the stream time. As you know, I stream till around 4 p.m. Pacific time, okay? Then later tonight, it's going to be the continuation of my Dragon Quest Builders 2 playthrough. Really chill game, very fun to be able to kind of just relax in this game. And, continue on with the storyline. We're on the island of combat, where there's tons of combat going on. And the plotline's been intriguing because apparently there's a double agent or an insider, a mole in your group that's working for the monsters. And so you're trying to figure out who that is. And I wonder if we'll have more development with that tonight. That could be pretty sweet. So that's going to be tonight's late stream, starting around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. 2 hours of Dragon Quest Builders 2, okay? Then tomorrow, we do things a little differently. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be playing Minecraft as my first early gameplay stream. Now, I usually don't do that, okay? Usually, Minecraft is a late-night chill stream, but people have expressed two reasons they like to see Minecraft earlier. The first is that since I've played it as a late stream for most of this year, there's a group of people who can only attend my earlier streams who've missed out on being there live for it, and they're kind of disappointed. They're like, man, I really like to, for a change, be able to maybe enjoy a Minecraft stream live, and I can't do that right now. The other thing is, there's a new practice that I started about 2 months ago, where the top contributor of those Minecraft streams gets something in the game either named after them per their wishes, or they could sometimes, I desire that something be made in the game in my honor, right? Like, please make we had a tombstone, we had a different kind of sculpture, we had a sign with a certain saying on top of my lighthouse, we had all kinds of stuff in the game made in honor of the top contributors for these streams. So again, if I've only been doing it as a late night stream, people who can only attend the earlier streams haven't been able to contribute and try to get things named after them in the game. So this is another opportunity for that to happen as well. So twofold reasons for having the stream earlier. All right. Now, that'll be tomorrow's earlier stream. However, I don't know if it's going to be a 4-hour stream. It really depends on how things go during the stream. If things go well and people really enjoy it, then I could just do it for the entirety of the stream. But if it ends up getting boring after, say, a couple hours, I can easily switch over to, say, the Genesis Mini or something else, and that way we're not bored. We don't get, I don't want to do a forced Minecraft stream where it ends up being excessively long and no one's having fun. I think that the reason the Minecraft streams have worked all year long is because they've been late night chill streams that don't get boring or played out, because I do them as the late night streams. And so I don't want that to change, okay? So we'll see, how that goes tomorrow, okay? And then tomorrow night, it is going to be another major session of the Genesis Mini, where we check out some more new games. And at this point, I've been playing the Genesis Mini now for about a week and a half. So if there's some games that I've played a session of and people want to see me continue on with more of them, I'm leaning towards games like Sonic or the Wily Wars and stuff like that. Games that I really enjoyed the first session of. I would have no problem doing that and continuing on with those games, okay? As like a second session deal. So, very nice. That's going to be tomorrow night. Like I said, Wednesday's my day off. Thursday, when I come back from my time off, it'll be the continuation of Borderlands 3. And I think I noted I'm going to pair that with something. I can't remember what I said as my late night stream is going to be on Thursday. I forgot. It might have been like Retro Street Fighter. It might have been something else. I'm having a brain fart. It's one of my late night chill streams, okay? And then on Friday, really cool thing happening this Friday, guys. Ghostbusters from 2010 is getting a modern day remaster 9 years later. This was a game that a lot of people, I feel, overlooked. It was an amazing game, one of my favorite games of that year, because it really essentially is Ghostbusters 3. If you've seen the first two Ghostbusters movies, this game is basically Ghostbusters 3. And I'm very excited to be able to replay it for a modern audience. This was a game that I really loved back in 2009, 2010, whenever it was. And now to be able to replay it, 9 to 10 years later with a live stream direct capture is going to be amazing. I'm really stoked for this. I hope you guys are too. Okay? So that's starting this Friday. All right? And then, this coming week, it'll be a balance between that and Borderlands with the chill stream stuff mixed in there. And I'm strongly considering playing either Astral Chain or Code Vein as a game to balance with all that stuff until new releases start coming out later on this month. I'm not sure which one I'm going to play yet. I'm on the fence. It seems more people seem to think that Astral Chain's a better game, but Code Vein came out more recently, so more people are maybe interested in seeing me play that. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. What I'm going to be trying to do is get the vibe from you guys. What do you guys want to see more? If I were to play one of those two games, which would you guys like to see more as a playthrough? Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Interested in that as well, and please, by all means, give me your feedback on what you'd like to see, okay? So that's the week. Now, the other cool thing about all this is that this week, starting tomorrow, it's the beginning of my Halloween festivities. During the month of October, I usually go all out celebrating Halloween as a spooky month. I absolutely love Halloween. I love all the horror stuff that happens during the month of October. You see it all over the stores and all over places you go, all over television and everything. It's all about Halloween spookiness, and I'm all about that too. So starting tomorrow, we have a lot of new things that are going to be happening. First of all, tomorrow, my overlays will change on the stream to be orange for the month of Halloween. So there you go. Number 2, my office will be decorated for Halloween with all kinds of Halloween decorations behind me on streams. Kat and I went out and got just a few cheap things, to add to the backgrounds. And we're going to use some of the decorations from previous years as well. So it's going to be a combination of new and old to decorate the office for Halloween. So you'll see that on webcam. In addition to that, the animations that play on the stream for contributions are going to be Halloween spooky themed. And for the first time ever, we're going to have Halloween themed emotes. I saw these a day or two ago. They are really outstanding. They're going to be added to the stream. They're not going to be any different from the emotes that we already have. So you're going to be able to do the same commands to use the emotes, but they're going to be, all these new emotes added. You're going to see the emotes will change for the month of October. All right. Similarly to how we did this for the month of July when we did Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, some of the emotes will change to a spooky version for the month of October. It should be pretty sweet. Okay. So I hope that you guys will enjoy the month of October, and this will be a reason, an incentive. If you're not a sub, you might want to subscribe. All right, this will be a cool opportunity to subscribe and get some really cool benefits to subbing and getting all these new emotes for the month of October. Okay, so awesome. This all starts tomorrow. Now, in addition to all of what I just described, please, guys, head over to my forums, thekingofhate.com. On the forums there, in the main general section, there's a thread where you can nominate Halloween and spooky themed games for my Halloween horror gaming marathon that will take place on Halloween. All right, there's one more week where that thread will be open and you'll be able to nominate games. Next week, that thread will turn into a poll. Depending on what games were nominated the most commonly, there'll be a poll for you guys to start voting on. So that for those about 2 more weeks, you'll be voting for the first 2 weeks of October or so on what games to play in the horror marathon. Okay? But you gotta nominate. The more nominations I get, the better the event will be, because we'll have more choices and things to vote on, you see. So please, by all means, head over there. Please nominate games. The more the better. Okay? Now, other things that are going to happen later on this month, probably in about 1 more week, I'm going to put up a poll by which you guys can vote on what type of Halloween costume I'm going to be wearing during the Halloween marathon. That is not available yet because Kat and I still need to look around for more Halloween-style stores to see what kind of costumes there are available this year. So far, we've only found 1, and that sucks. Usually, we find like 3 or 4 different ones with a lot of options, and this year, we barely found anything. So we'll see what else we can find out there. Wednesday's our day off this week. We'll look around and see what's out there to get more ideas for categories for costumes for you guys to vote on. All right. Should be good. Should be good. I always enjoy the Halloween stuff. So October coming up. Great stuff coming up for the month of October. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, I think I've covered everything. I'll just say one more thing, and then we'll get on to the next segment of the pre-stream. Thanks for a great weekend. For, various is what I meant to say. For various reasons. First of all, yesterday we had a special retrospective marathon. It went very well. People really seemed to enjoy it. I had a ton of fun on it. We always have fun with the retrospective marathons, but this one especially seemed to be a lot more chill. It was more about gameplay than it was about, say, vlogging and stuff, even though we did watch the worst DSP tries I've ever done. In my opinion, they were absolutely revolting, and it was good to relive those and understand why I no longer do that kind of crap, because, God, some of the food that I ate, oh my God, absolutely disgusting stuff. It was fun to rewatch it, although it was kind of turned my stomach as well. So that was great. If you missed out on that retrospective marathon, over 7 hours of fun stuff available over on DSPGaming right now that you can watch. It's all live and in playlist, okay? But in addition to that, also, I did an interview over the weekend with a YouTuber named The Quartering, and he was probably one of the most fair guys I've ever talked to on the internet, and he actually treated me completely neutrally and fairly, rather than some people who wanted to essentially get a rise out of talking with me and trying to get like gotcha questions for their audience and stuff. This guy was completely and utterly fair, had interesting questions regarding myself, regarding my history, regarding the incident, regarding a million things, right? It was very fun. It was a good experience I had with this guy, because he was very fair. And that interview's live on YouTube right now. I already linked it on my Twitter. Got tons of views. It seems to me like people really like it. And for the first time ever, people are actually like understanding my situation and who I am as a person and a content creator rather than just listening to the memes. And that's a good thing. It seems like tons of positivity has come out of this. So I'm happy about it. You know, that was the purpose that I did it. The guy seemed like a really fair guy. And that's why I decided to do this. And it seems that it has worked exactly as I had hoped. So that's a good thing, right? For all of us. So good stuff. So, yeah, check it out. If you haven't seen it, here's the thing. If you're a fan of mine and you're on my streams all the time, quite frankly, you're not going to learn anything in this interview. it's the stuff I've talked to you guys about on a daily basis for the past 2 years. You know, you guys know all about it. But this is a different thing, is that this is a different audience now listening and saying, oh, so this is actually who Phil is. This is his situation. You know, this is his life right now. And, you know, maybe it's not just so fun to jump on the horrible memes and believe everything we hear, because here's the real situation and what's going on. And so I think a few people are actually giving my streams a chance for the first time, which is a really awesome thing. Always good to see new people swinging by. If you are one of these newer viewers who today maybe be giving me a chance, you know, to check out my stuff, welcome. I think you're going to have a relaxing and fun time. You're going to see that my streams are not all about negativity and nonsense and stuff that, sadly, a lot of people would like to say it is. It is not like that at all. And you're gonna see that's not what I'm all about. I just want to have a good time with games and my viewing audience, and that's how I've always been. Quite frankly, at least for the past 2.5 years since I've become a full-time streamer, things changed a lot since I was a full-time YouTuber. So very nice, right? So shout out to Quartering. Thank you very much for the interview. It was very nice, worked out well, and that's what I mean. Like, it was a very good weekend. On all fronts, so good stuff, right? All right, so now we move on. Let's get to the next segment of the pre-stream, folks, which is the gratuitous plugs. You know what this is. This is the segment where I explain how you guys can help support my efforts. I want to say thank you guys very much for everything, for 11 awesome years of being a content creator and on a daily basis being able to share my story with you, to share my daily observations about games, everything. I love it. I love having an audience that hangs out with me on a daily basis, cares about what I have to say and do, cares about my opinions. It's a really awesome thing. After 11 years, it's an amazing thing that people still care, quite frankly. So thanks for that. Thanks for having a place where I could come and hang out and chill with you guys and just have a good time on a daily basis, all right? Because I am a full-time streamer, I am pretty much almost solely reliant on your crowdfunding efforts to keep things going around here, okay? So what I'm going to do is outline a few ways that you guys can help support me and keep this stuff going. I'm going to be very honest, this up front, about a lot of things. So please bear with me, and if you don't care about any of this, you can completely ignore this segment, and that's perfectly fine. Because as I always say, even though contributions are greatly appreciated, they are not mandatory on my streams. I'm happy to just have people come by and hang out with me on a daily basis. Nothing is expected. Nothing is required. But it is your contributions that keep stuff going. And so thank you to anyone who does go above and beyond and does contribute. It is amazing that you do. And thanks for that. And let's talk a little bit about how you can do that. If you like this stuff, if you like this fact that I do 6 days of full-time live streaming every week, if you like the fact that I still archive my videos on YouTube on DSPGaming, despite the fact I make pretty much nothing doing it, you like all this stuff, awesome. Let's keep it going, and here's how, okay? First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. This is a monthly campaign that I run where the more that you contribute, the better perks you get, including things like getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, getting a private Q&A video made for yourself, getting some premium forum access that can sometimes give you exclusive rights to nominate things for game events, etc. All right, I'm not going to go into detail. Give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidephil. Today is the last day of the month, which means it's your absolute last chance to actually pledge to my Patreon. Okay, you cannot, if you pledge tomorrow, that counts for October, not for September. If you pledge today, I can get you monthly perks for September in the next week or so. So please, by all means, give it a look. Consider pledging. Thanks to everyone who is a current pledgee, and thanks to anyone who may give it a look and consider, pledging in the future. I appreciate that very much. Okay? I also have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, primarily t-shirts, but especially now with the fall and winter, coming up here. I have sweatshirts, I have hoodies, I have mugs. You want a nice warm cup of hot cocoa or a cup of joe in the morning to warm you up? I got all kinds of stuff there. Give it a look. Anything you buy there helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. It's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. And then, of course, if you're here live on the stream, this is a no-brainer. If you contribute during the live stream, I'm going to give you a shout-out. It's a way to get interactivity. It's a way to get extra recognition for contributions, which is pretty nice. Everyone wants some nice extra recognition, I'm sure. In particular, first of all, since today is Monday, that means that the cheering leaderboard has completely reset for my channel to 0 for the week. So no one has cheered yet so far. That means the very first person who cheers will get up there as the top contributor, top cheer of the week. And, top 10 will get up there today. So, very good opportunity to get recognition since no one's cheered so far. You could jump right up on the leaderboard. Okay? I'm going to give you a verbal shout out during the stream if you either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. All three of those things are greatly appreciated, and so I'm going to give you some extra recognition. However, there's a couple rules I have to follow. First of all, I have to follow all of Twitch.tv's rules and regulations and the terms of service. So please understand I can't just say and do anything I want on the stream. I have to abide by the rules. The other thing is, I have to abide by my own code. I have my own set of kind of guidelines and rules that I follow during live streams to make sure that the streaming experience is the most positive possible for everyone watching. What this means is that essentially I like to have my streams be a chill place where people can escape from their real lives and have fun with games, hang out with me, see my honest reaction to whatever game I'm playing, have some interaction with me, have some interaction with the stream chat, relax, and just, in general, just have some fun. This is not really a place where I like to have a lot of controversial topics going on. I don't like arguments. I don't like people bringing up these dramatic things that are going to derail a stream and have us all get angry with each other. So what that means is, in general, we stay away from a few general topics. We're not going to talk about politics and religion too much, if we do at all. Typically because those are topics that become very argumentative. People tend to disagree and get very testy with each other about them. If there's a game that has an actual subject matter that has to do with politics or religion, that's one thing. But in general, we're not going to go crazy going out of our way to talk about those topics. All right. In addition, we try not to bring up negativity. We try not to bring up toxicity. We don't try to insult each other. Be nice to each other in general. Be respectful. And outside of this stream, as we know, there's many elements that affect things. People that like to steal my content, people that like to illegally rebroadcast my content, people that like to insult me on a daily basis. There's a lot of that goes on. Not much that can be done about it. So we just don't talk about it. What's the point of bringing this up on a daily basis if you can't do anything about it, right? So there you have it. Please understand that. And so if we have people who contribute who are trying to derail the stream with some of these topics, I'm going to ignore it. It's under my discretion what I say and do on my own streams on purpose. So that way we can have a certain vibe to the streams and not have it become completely derailed or become one kind of a negative subject matter. And so you please understand that. If people do contribute and you notice that I'm kind of skipping over or glossing over certain contributions, there's probably a good reason why. All right, fair enough? Now, I've already talked about certain ways to get recognition. There's also a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. This leaderboard will have things such as top cheerer and top tipper of the day highlighted prominently so that you guys can get extra recognition if you are the top cheerer or tipper of the day. Okay? And in addition to all of that, being very upfront and honest with all of you. All right? Right now, I really need your support via tips. Just being transparent and honest here. Reason being, in the next 2 weeks, starting today, a ton of my bills need to start clearing. Today, I got my health insurance bill that clears. Starting tomorrow, we got things like my mortgage, loans, credit cards, etc. that all need to get paid. And they all happen within about a week and a half span. It sucks because it all happens like that. Essentially, it drains my finances completely. Now, sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Last month was awful. Last month, I was in a situation where it overdrafted my bank account for over 2 weeks. By the time I got paid by Twitch, it barely made up for the overdrafts. And I am very nervous about this month. Okay? Just being able to afford everything in general has been a nightmare. When you guys tip me, your tips are something I get immediately. Those are things that I can put straight towards that. All right? Straight towards the bills. And all of your tips have been going straight towards the bills and helping me out tremendously. So thank you for that. In fact, last night, I took all the tips that I had gotten from like the last week and deposited them straight into the bank account to start clearing these bills. It's being very honest with all of you, all right? Now, coming up this month of October, if you guys haven't noticed, we've got quite a lot of games coming out, including, as I already mentioned, the Ghostbusters remaster. I'm going to be interested in these Disney remasters that are supposed to be coming out, including The Lion King and Aladdin. We don't have a release date yet, but they're supposed to be coming out in October. We got a Plants vs. Zombies game coming out. We've got WWE 2K20, The Outer Worlds, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Medieval remaster, the Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz remaster, Luigi's Mansion 3, and whatever horror-themed games I need to get for the Halloween special, plus anything else that happens during the month, right? That's a lot. This is one of the most busy game months of the year. It's going to be one of the most expensive months of the year for me. So if you tip me on stream, those are funds I can use immediately for those things. Whether it's paying these bills that I need to clear in the next 2 weeks or paying for the games for the rest of the month, this is the month where I really need the most support via tips of the entire year. So please consider tipping me if at all you can. There's 2 ways that you could tip me. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you could click, or you could type exclamation point tip into the stream chat. That actually will bring up my tips link for you. When you click on that, it'll take you to my PayPal tips page. A few things about tipping me. First of all, you do not need a PayPal account to tip. You can actually just use a debit or credit card. There's a button for doing that right there that says you don't need to make an account. You can just bypass it. All right. In addition to that, you can be anonymous. If you're worried that if you tip me on stream and you use your name that people are going to try to harass you on the internet, fair enough. You can make up a name. You could be anonymous. You could do whatever you need to do to protect your identity. All right. You don't have to give any actual personal information out during that process. Fair enough? So, please consider it. Thank you very much to anyone who does. I appreciate that. Okay? All right, now we move on to the final segment, which is the shout-out segment. This could be the shortest shout-out segment we've ever had in history because I only have 2 shout-outs to give as of right now. The first shout-out goes to Prank Black, who resubscribed to the channel for 10 months and said thanks for the unban. So Prank Black personally wrote me a very nice email this morning apologizing for previous behaviors in the stream chat, saying that after the interview with the quartering, they kind of opened their eyes up to how things are with me, and they want to make an honest effort to watch the content and kind of be a fan who is a positive contributor, rather than a negative one. And that actually hit me, you know, like actually, I don't want to say it touched me, but you know what I mean? Like it actually was meaningful to me that, wow, I guess the interview already has some positive impact, and that's pretty cool. So, welcome back, Prank Black. Hopefully things work out, and, you know, you enjoy the streams, and we all have a good time together, all right? And then an anonymous gifter gifted a subscription to Jake Katz. So thank you to the anonymous gifter who gifted a subscription to Jake Katz, who also, incidentally, was someone who was unbanned yesterday. So, there you have it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So far, there's no cheers today. So far, there's no, tips today. So I have no other shout-outs to give. So I guess what we're going to do, we're going to end the pre-stream pretty quickly here. In reality, I have to use the restroom. It hit me as I was doing pre-stream. So I guess I'm going to use the restroom, then we're going to come back, and we're going to start up with the conclusion of Link's Awakening. All right, guys, so let's take a couple minutes away here very quickly for me to use the restroom, and then I'll be back, and then we'll start up. So give me like 5 minutes, and then we'll start. Okay, guys? Thank you. I'll be right back.